Hello everyone, welcome to this 15th video on Google Sheets. This is a continuation of the last video where we use the Superstore dataset to create this tabular report where we are looking at total sales, total quantity, total profit, and average shipping time for each of these combination of category and subcategory. And we can select different states here, and based on that selections the numbers here will change. So it's just like in any BI tool, you can add some filters, and based on the selections in the filter, the number changes in the visual or in the table. So just continuing with this, I will now create a pivot of this table using query, and I'll later explain that form of table is required to look at the breakup of categories in a chart. So you can see it here. So if you want to look at the breakup of total profit by subcategories, we would need a table in this format. But how can we create a table in this format? So for that, I'll just copy paste this, and then I'll explain the query that I have written here. So here the references will change from A6 to E23. Okay. So what am I doing here? So this is for total profit. I'm just pivoting this table so that I have the categories in different rows and subcategories in different columns. And this is done using query function available in Google Sheet. Again, this has been explained in one of the videos earlier. So in this query function, I'm selecting this table first because I need category, subcategory, and total profit. So A6 to E23. And then I want A, which is category in rows. So I'm selecting A, and then sum of E, which is total profit, where A is not equal to blank. This I am doing because for some of these states, we may not have any values in few rows. It may happen. So those will be removed. And then I'm grouping by A and pivoting on B, which is this column. So I'll get a table like this. Again, I can do some formatting here. Okay, like this. And then I can also just copy this, paste this formatting here. So you see now I have conditional formatting and the numbers in dollars as well. So now with these two tables, what if I add some chart? So I'll select all this. In fact, till total profit, we can add multiple charts, but I'll just add a chart where we will be looking at the total profit for each category. So after selecting this from A6 to E23, we'll go to insert chart. So it will give us some default chart. Now I don't need many of these columns, so I'll just remove this. I'll remove this. I'll remove this, and then I'll click on aggregate. So you see, so it's aggregated the numbers for these categories, and I'm getting sum of total profit. Now some standard customization we can easily do, changing the chart style to wide. so that the numbers are bold here. And then I can also actually add a chart title. So total profit by categories for selected state. Just mention selected state here so that now make it black and centered align. And we can actually add a subtitle here as well. So chart subtitle on the selected date range. Because we have a date range filter as well at the top, and we are actually getting numbers for that particular date range as well. Yeah, this way we can actually do some formatting. Okay, and then we can add x-axis title or y-axis title. We can do a few more things here. If you want to make it 3D, it would look like this. And then if you want to add data label, it would be like this. And data label also position, if you want to keep it like this outside end, you can even change the text color. So all these things we have discussed earlier as well, but yeah, so this way your chart is ready. So this is how we can observe the total profit by categories for the selected state. Now if we just filter it for New York, you see this is how it looks like. We can filter it for New Mexico. You see this is how it looks like. So only two items have been sold there in New Mexico, and the chart is like this. For Washington DC, it is like this. All the three are sold. Now we can also create a chart using this. So I have selected all. So again, we should do it for all selected so that we have the maximum number of rows and columns selected while creating the chart. So once I selected this table, I again go to insert chart. So it creates a chart by default, but it is not what we are looking for. So the main problem here is that there is no stacking and we want standard stacking. Okay. And then we can aggregate for these categories. So here we have this chart. Now we'll do some formatting wide, and you can make it 3D, and we can actually add some data labels as well. So now here if you want to maybe add numbers for a particular subcategories, so it can be, for example, this one, technology, and then so this is accessories, copiers, machines, paper, chairs. So let's select a few. Let's show the numbers for a few. Accessories, maybe click on data label. So accessories numbers are now available. Then copiers, chairs, data labels. copiers, data levels, and machine maybe data level. So for a few of these, data level is present, and maybe we can add one more paper here, data level. So for few of these it is present. Maybe these are some important subcategories items for which we want to show the numbers. Okay, and from so this chart will also actually change with filters here. So if I select Washington, see the numbers have changed. If I select New York, the numbers have changed. So technology is making 15.3k dollars, out of which 7.8k dollar is coming from machines. So in this format, we can actually create a chart on top of these top tables, which can be filtered using the filters at the top. So here we have two filters, the state and the date filters. Now, once we have these two charts where we have the total profit breakup by categories and further breakup by subcategories, next thing that we can do is actually we can create line charts to understand trend in profit for a selected state. So if you see here, we have total sales and total profit here for different order month. These are sorted so that when we create a line chart, it will show a trend. So how can we do that? So let's just see. So here I'll just copy this and then I'll explain the logic how it is done. Okay. So I'll just add it at the bottom. So first of all, I want to get order month. So if you look at the data here, I have added this column at the end, which is just a combination of year and month from the date, from the order date. In the last video, I have also explained how we can fix. If you just copy and paste the data in Google Sheet, sometime the date may not be read as date. It may be read as text in Google Sheet, and then you may have to fix it to get proper date. And here it has been done using a formula. Now, similarly, we have extracted this year month. Now you will be using this. So if I go to this report table too, you see for our order month, I have written a formula. So I'm taking all the unique combinations of order month in this selected data range, and then I'm just sorting it so that the order month that I'm getting, it is in ascending order. Okay, so the earliest date is at the top and the newest one are at the bottom. So this sort function with combination of unique and filter, it should be clear. So I'm just filtering order month based on the dates at the top. Then I'm taking all those unique values and then I'm sorting it. Now I need total sales and total profit. So these are formulated just like this. Okay. So rather than filtering it for categories and subcategories, I just have to filter it for the year month. And also the date filter will not be required here in this formula because it's already filtered for that particular period. So Again, the same logic will be using. If error, some filter. So some filter, it may give some erroneous value. So if you use if error on top of that, it will result in zero. Or you can do some if error filter as well. So that is also fine with some. Now we are again filtering total sales for this particular order month. And then if state B1 is state, so it means I need values for all the states. Then state should not be blank. And this is again name range. So this that particular column should not be blank. Otherwise, just filter it for a particular state. So with this way, we are getting total sales. And similarly, if you just drag this formula to the right and change total the sales by profit, sorry, profit, then it will automatically pick the right value. And then I'll select everything from top to bottom and do control V. Now with this, I can create a line chart. I'll select this table, click on insert, chart, and then by default it is creating a bar chart. I can change it to smooth line chart, and here we can take a look at the trend in total profit and total sales. I'll just change the font to wide, and if I want to change the chart title, it would be total sales and profit for selected state. Okay. Total sales and profit for selected state. Bold, center, this. So this chart will also change based on selections at the top. So I just bring it here for a particular state. So this is for New York. If I select Washington, DC. So you see there is a period where there is no sales at all. 16, 16. I think 16 2. You see there is no sale. And here for this particular period, the profit is negative. Third month of 2016. You can find such observations in the data set by creating charts. You can dig deep into the data to understand how the trend look like when there is a dip in sales or when there is a peak of sales. So those kind of observations you can make. Now if I click on edit and if I select sales till 64 here, there will not be any change in the chart. But now if I change the period end to March 31, this chart will change, and you can observe that there is a increase in volume in that period for Washington. You see, so I hope you would find this video to be useful, where you can create charts on top of neatly formatted tables, and with filters at the top. Like any BI tool, you can play with the data to observe trend for different regions, different products, like that. If you find this useful, do like the video and subscribe my channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.